Hey all, and welcome back to the post-game of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Today we're going to be trekking through the Cavern of Remembrance. This is new to Final Mix. It's a very dangerous area, but it is also filled with many goodies, so it's kind of worth the danger.
Yeah, this is sort of one of the best places to go in the randomizer as well, as you guys might have seen in the numerous runs that we have done, because there's a lot of treasure chests here to grab, and there's also quite a number of very dangerous enemies, so it's sort of that risk-reward kind of thing that you want to go for, because I think all of the enemies here are actually scaled up to level 99, and they're stronger versions of the ones from the normal game, like the shamans and the hookbats and everything are just stronger and more aggressive than their normal versions.
And yes, the cars are here as well, so have fun with that.
Yeah, fortunately I did not get the car spawn. Different types of enemies can spawn in these rooms. Oh, there's the cars. I spoke too soon.
Oh, Spa.
And he does his normal thing where after a certain bit of damage he'll get angry. Fortunately, Reflect still works very well on them.
So what is it we're doing exactly in this particular video? We're just going through and showing off the sights?
Well, yeah, we're just kind of getting through the cavern because it's a bit of a trek, we'll say, and it requires almost all of your movement abilities to be maxed out. This here is, of course, testing our high jump ability, and aerial dodge just for safety. And there's another chest right up here to grab, which has a Manifest Illusion, which is a new synthesis material required to make a lot of the recipes that we were getting from the Absent Silhouettes and a bunch of other things.
Okay.
And yes, I am going to grab the big treasure chest. I know it only has a map, but this is a new area. We haven't seen the map in the old LP.
The serotonin and the dopamine is flowing!
Well, it's okay because I'm skipping that chest.
Oh, it's alright. The big one is worth 2.
And there's going to be a few situations like this where we have forced fights, because you can't have KH2 without forced fights. If you happen to get into this arena without Donald and Goofy following you, because you have to use Quick Run to get across that gap, oops, I guess you're out of luck. Like I said, very dangerous enemies. You're locked into this pretty small space. You've got the cars and the shamans and a few other things. Fortunately, Reflect is overpowered.
Yes. Make use of that. You will get through here, no problem.
I won't say no problem, but definitely less problem.
Many fewer problems, and this is a shortcut.
Just knocking that down to open the way so it's quicker to get in here if you ever need to. There's just a little side path that we have to go over here to start up some mechanisms that, I'm going to be honest, Ansem's interior design probably needs a bit of help, because these are a bit weird.
Yeah.
There's actually a cool thing you can do off in a little corner to the side. There's a path that leads up to the upper portion of this room, which we're about to circle around and go through a door to get to. But you can't actually get up there from here by abusing things like high jump and aerial dodge and master form and things like that. So it's a thing that the randomizer can do to actually skip parts of this section, and actually you can get across that gap that we did with Quick Run by going out of bounds. And if you do that, you actually skip the trigger to spawn any enemies in the cavern, which makes it much easier to get through. That also, however, puts up an invisible wall before one of the very last spots of the cavern. So there's one final treasure chest at the end that you have to skip if you end up going out of bounds to do that.
I took in most of those words.
This is going to be one of the more technical parts in terms of explaining things, I would say. The cavern is surprisingly tough to get through if you're not paying attention. I don't know why I didn't do an aerial dodge to cross that gap back there. I was really betting on high jump being enough, and I think I actually missed it on one playthrough and decided to try again.
Oh, Spa.
Of course, you can just glide past all of this, but what's the point in showing off all of the, gizmos and traps and everything if you're just going to skip them?
Now, you can be very unlucky and have some of the proofs that you need to finish a randomizer run pop up in here. I've seen it happen many times to runners like KZ.
I think I've actually had 2 proofs appear in the cavern before. It's not fun. So this one is a very, very tight aerial dodge that you've got to get under that grate, and kind of amazed that I hit that one. I'm not sure if that was a first try or not. Once again, I recorded these a year ago, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
And this is a little bit of a tougher fight because the advanced cavern version of these book enemies are actually completely invulnerable from the front while they're holding the book up. So you actually have to hit them with magic to stun them, or things like magnet or whatever to get them out of, you know, their blocking phase, I guess.
Right.
So far, no trouble. I have absolutely gotten up to level 99 for this part, because, like I said, the enemies here are level 99, so trying to fight them any lower than that is usually a recipe for disaster, unless you're in a randomizer that gives you, like, you know, 20 finishing plus or whatever, because that can happen.
Or, you know, you could get the exact opposite and, you know, have a starting keyblade that's really terrible.
Like a 1-1 ultimate weapon with no experience.
Oh.
I think I saw that happen to KZ once.
Palpable disgust.
So we're just really angry at that wall, I guess.
He wasn't expecting to do so much aerobics, you know.
Magnet Burst is a godsend for a lot of these fights, I'm gonna be honest. Having any kind of draw-in effect for a lot of these enemies is great, not only because it stuns them, but it gets them closer to you so that you can keep hitting them.
Uh-huh.
Now we've got some conveyor belts and steam jets. This is all pretty standard stuff when going through a trapped laboratory castle kind of thing. The enemy we're about to fight right here, not so standard. Remember, these guys, they're worse now.
Oh, yeah, Tron enemies.
Not sure if these are, like, still being generated by space paranoids or if they're just kind of appearing from the realm of darkness or whatever, but they're way worse here. You might not notice it because I'm mowing things down, but these enemies are actually tougher than their normal counterparts, I promise.
As for the steam and whatnot, I've played a 3D platformer before. I know not to get hit.
It'll, of course, try to pop up as you're going through, but if you wait just a split second for the jet to fire and then go through, it can't fire again that quickly. I think it goes through any kind of invincibility frames like dodge roll, quick run, or aerial dodge as well, I'm pretty sure. This is always an annoying one because you have such a small path and the conveyor belt which sends you down.
Also, a 3D platform is stable.
This is just part and parcel of the Cavern experience, so despite falling, I decided to leave this in.
Fair enough. You gotta show the people the truth.
Yeah, these guys get stunned even less than the normal forms, like I said. They're just way more annoying. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but god, the enemies, though.
Well, sometimes you have to round the point home, Spa.
I mean, those enemies are already bad enough, though. Just a quick trek over now that we're back up here. This is the aerial dodge test, I guess. And now we're on to the glide test. There is not a test for dodge roll, as far as I know, which is weird because this is already Final Mix exclusive.
Oh.
Now, you might notice those little orbs that have been all over the place. They drop drive orbs, and what you're meant to do is go into each of your forms to get the max version of each of the movement abilities, but you don't need to do that. As long as you have level 3 in high jump, aerial dodge, quick run, and glide, you'll be able to do everything just fine. And now we have force battles with nobodies because we're getting close to something that's very important for the organization.
Yeah, it's very important indeed.
And also, for whatever reason, the hallway looks like Castle Oblivion. I don't know if there's actually an in-universe reason for that, but it sure looks pretty cool.
I like the architecture of this place. Copy it, quick.
Don't know if we ever saw that reaction command in the normal playthrough, the failsafe that the assassins do, where they run at you and explode, you can grab them and make them explode everyone else.
Ah, I like that.
I'm just picturing Jetstream Sam now. Ooh, yes, I like that.
Oh, yes.
Magnet Burst even, extremely good for gathering all these enemies. It's not so good in, one-on-one fights because your other air combo finishers are going to be more damage, but for AoE, you can't go wrong with a bit of Magnet Burst.
I have very vivid memories of this corridor right here. Kind of tricky, actually, because there's so many different types of nobodies coming at you.
Oh yes, we've got Berserkers now. The Gamblers aren't too threatening, but Berserkers and Snipers all together are a bit of a pain. And once again, all of these enemies are scaled up to level 99, so be careful. Fortunately, reaction commands still work just as well as ever. And so does Thunder, obviously. We're actually pretty close to the end here. I think we have this fight and one more series of force fights left, so we're actually pretty close to the end of the cavern. What's at the end of the cavern we'll actually be covering in the next part. I think most people probably know what's there.
Of course. I mean, this game did come out, like, what, 20 years ago plus?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, even just the remasters have been out for at least, God, 7 years now, probably?
Oh, I'm getting old. Why does Sora have a bronze crown spell?
That's because of the proof that we picked up back from the mushrooms.
Oh, that's how you get it, right.
Yes, each of the proofs adds a new layer of crown, and you can get them in any order. The mushrooms are usually just the easiest one to get first.
Okie dokie.
Now we've got Dragoons, and there's a funny thing that can happen here. As far as I know, it can happen with Dragoons just about anywhere, but sometimes if you block a Dragoon's attack in a certain way as it's teleporting, its model will actually disappear, and it will be completely invisible despite attacking you.
Huh.
That's very concerning when it's level 99 and doing a lot of damage. The Creepers I'm not worried about. The Dancers I'm also probably not worried about because I have enough tools to take care of them, but Dancers at level 99 is still at least moderately scary.
God, yeah, they suck.
Of course, the Sorcerers now, which are not really that different from how they are in the world that never was, because those are already pretty high level anyway.
The dreaded cube.
Magnet's just really good here. I feel bad for never using Magnet when I was younger, because I just didn't know how amazing it was.
Hey, you were younger, you were more ignorant, you did not know the glory of it.
I at least knew that Reflect was great. It's amazing that Sora by himself can do so much more damage than having Donald and Goofy just because Final Form is so powerful.
Well, isn't Final Form utilizing their power?
I guess. It's described as basically the ultimate form of the Keyblade, not to be confused with Ultimate Form from Kingdom Hearts 3. It is the ultimate power. When you're getting the new clothes at the start of the game, those mirrors in the room with the 3 fairies all describe the different drive forms that you can get as Sora, including Anti-Form as well.
Right.
The only thing that your party members are good for here is that Goofy with his shield can actually automatically block some hits just by existing sometimes, which is actually quite good against the Dragoons.
Yeah, I'm pretty braced like that.
I'm being assaulted by Cube.
Oh no. Sora prefers the PS2, thank you very much.
As do I. The PS2 was just kind of pure aesthetic.
Yeah, I guess. I'm a GameCube guy, first and foremost, but we know this.
Well, I was like comparing it to like PS3, so. Alright, and that's done.
Indeedy so. So we will see you guys next time when our reward, the end of the Cavern of Remembrance, is revealed to you all.